Well, good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to just make this short video. Hopefully, it will be short. For those of you that have gone to the store and you are trying to find a surgical mask to wear when you're out and you can't find one because you probably can't because most people have bought them out, you can make your own. And what I'm going to show you is, if you're like me, you have very limited materials. I don't have a sewing machine anymore to use, so I have to sew by hand. And I don't have, some of you may be quilters or you make clothes and things. I used to make clothes and things when I had a sewing machine, but I don't have any more spare material. So I took an old t-shirt, and you want to make sure that it's pure 100% cotton, because that's really going to, number one, cotton is going to protect you better from airborne germs, okay? And trust me, I was raised by an OCD germaphobe, okay? So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This t-shirt is 100% cotton, and so it's going to protect you from the airborne germs, okay? And the second part is that you can wash it. A lot of times when you wear surgical masks, you have to throw them away, or you can try to wipe them, but it's not going to be very effective. So what I've done here is I took a t-shirt and I cut it. Well, what I did is, what you're going to need is, so first of all, find you a 100% cotton t-shirt that you don't mind tearing up, and you're going to need a flexible measuring tape like this one, and you're going to use it for two things. One, you're going to use it to measure your material, and then mark your material with a pen or a marker to know where to cut the fabric with your scissors. And then you're going to use it to measure your face. And where's the thing to turn it over? There it is. I'll just show you on me real quick. So what you want to do is take your measuring tape and you want to measure across your face. I have a very small face for an adult, so most masks don't fit me very well. They're going in my eyes, they're cutting my eyes, and I hate them. They're very uncomfortable. So this way you get to make a mask that is custom made for you and your face, okay? So you're going to take I'm gonna have to look at myself because I can't do this at the same time. So you want to measure across the widest part of your face, which is at your nose, and then you're going to measure it roughly from here to here, okay? And on me, that was about 5¼ inches, okay? Then you're going to do the same thing with the vertical direction, and you're going to start it. You don't want it to be way up here. You want it to be maybe about right here, so it's not uncomfortable and cutting into your eye. So you're going to measure from about here all the way down to beneath your chin, because what's going to happen is your mask is going to have to tuck under your chin a little bit so it will stay, okay? So, all right, so that's how you measure. So for me, it was 5½ by about 6½ or 6¼ So what you want to do is you want to take your t-shirt and you want to measure what you measured on your face, plus you want to give yourself about an inch. Where is it? You want to give yourself about an inch on each side, so an inch this way and an inch this way, because I'll show you why. Because when you are going to sew, you're going to have to make some folds, okay? I made a fold here and a fold here and a fold here and a fold here. And the reason for that is, one, it's going to look better when you sew it, so that when you turn it over, it looks nice like this. And secondly, it's going to be more comfortable on your chin and your nose. It'll give you a little more fabric, and it's going to be more comfortable, okay? So great. You've measured it, you've cut your fabric, and now the next step is to pin it, which you see that I pinned it with these straight pins here, and then you can sew. Now, if you're awesome like I used to be and have a sewing machine, then you can just put in your favorite color thread, and then you can just put it on your bobbin, and boom, 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 you can just go to town and this will be done. But if you're like me and you don't have a sewing machine, you can use your regular needle. So what I have, if I can pick it up, is my needle, and I've threaded it, and I've already done one side. I've already done these long sides, as you can see here. I just made them kind of close together. And so now I'm doing the sides. So as you see here on the long side, I just did, just one straight stitch all the way across, and then tied it off at the end. On the sides, this is where it can be a little bit tricky, because your face is not a square, right? Your face is concave shaped like this, okay? So how are you going to do that? So what you do is called, I don't know what it's really called, but my mother called it a gathering stitch or a gathered stitch. And what it is, here, I'm going to put the camera this way so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm just trying to move it in the view of the camera so that you can see. Okay, so what I've done here on the side, or what I'm in the process of doing, is making a gathering stitch. And all it is a straight stitch, but you're pulling the thread against the fabric, if that makes sense. So I'm pulling, see how that gathers the fabric? So you're going to want to just pull it really tight against the fabric, and what that's going to do is it's going to curve your fabric, okay, so that it's going to go around your face. So I'll show you, okay, this is really hard doing this by yourself. I'm going to show you in the next stitch how I just put it through and pull the thread, and make sure that you don't knot it up, okay? Oh my gosh, it's stuck. Okay, it's stuck on a pin. Okay, so it's through, and then I'm just gonna pull. See that? And it just gathered it right up. See that? And so you're gonna go, so what I did is, okay, so the first 3 stitches on the side, I just did them regular, just a regular straight stitch. And then after the 3rd stitch, I started my gathering, okay? So I'll show you the next one. Here, put the needle through, pull, and it sticks to the corner. Come on, little yarn, get off, get off. Okay, and then pull against the fabric. Make it, and you want to make it kind of tight, okay? And you're gonna keep going. And I won't belabor you with showing you every single stitch, but I wanted you to get the idea. See that? So you're just going to continue that. Move the camera. You're going to continue that down the whole side of the mask until you get to about here. And then you're going to do straight stitches again. And then, so as you can see, the mask is starting to make a curve like this. So then once you're done with that, then you can attach your strap. And I happened to have an elastic band from something, I have no idea what I was making years ago. I keep everything from my sewing projects. I've made dog coats, I've made shirts, and I've made scarves and capes and costumes and all kinds of things. And I don't know where I picked this stuff up, but I happen to have a elastic band, and all you would do is what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just sew it to the side right here. I'll probably double stitch it, which means I'll put some really close stitches at the very top and then do another layer down here at the bottom to really reinforce that. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you wanted to, you could take, I recommend elastic, because then you can pull the mask on and off pretty easily. But if you can't do that, or you don't have an elastic band, you can always use yarn or another piece of cloth or a ribbon or something like that. But if you want to do that, okay, if you're not going to use elastic and you're going to use a non-elastic type attachment, you're going to have to do something a little different on the sides. You're going to have to cut a hole, or you can do a really, I just wouldn't recommend that, because you're going to have to, it's more difficult to sew. So if you have an elastic strap, that's great. If you don't, you might be able to get some from Hobby Lobby or a craft store like that. I looked for some in the grocery store today, but they didn't have anything like that. But in a pinch, if you really don't have anything else except fabric or a ribbon, you can sew the ribbon to the side of the mask, but then you're just going to have to tie it to the back of your head and untie it every time that you want to take it on and off. So anyway, I'll post this later when I'm done with it, but I just wanted to show you initially like how you're going to get started making your own mask with very limited materials and not very much to go on. So anyway, I hope this helps. And again, make sure that you use 100% cotton and that you wear it whenever you're going to be in close proximity with people or with infected people. Okay? So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that you all stay safe and healthy. Bye.